Ever wonder why the Art Institute lions always look like they're guarding something important? I'm Renee, and this is Chicago, one story at a time. Today we're exploring one of Chicago's most iconic landmarks, the Art Institute of Chicago, and its two majestic lions that have been guarding this historic museum for over 130 years. These aren't just stone sculptures, they're full of history, personality, and a little bit of Chicago magic. The Art Institute of Chicago is one of the oldest and most respected museums in the country. The institution began in 1879, but the building we see today was constructed for the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, the same World's Fair that shaped so much of Chicago's architecture. Inside, it holds over 300,000 works of art, including pieces you've seen your entire life. Monet's Water Lilies, American Gothic, and so many others. But even before you walk inside, you're greeted by the museum's most iconic guardians, the two bronze lions that flank the entrance on Michigan Avenue. They were created in 1894 by sculptor Edward Kemys, who was known for studying wild animals up close to capture their personality and movement. And these lions definitely have personality. Kemys didn't give them names. Instead, he gave them attitudes. The South Lion is standing in an attitude of defiance. The North Lion is on the prowl. Over time, the lions became woven into Chicago tradition, from getting dressed in giant wreaths for the holidays to wearing oversized helmets and jerseys when a Chicago team plays for a championship. What most visitors don't know is that the lions were not purchased by the museum at all. They were donated by Mrs. Henry Field, Florence Lathrop Field. She gifted them to the Art Institute in memory of her late husband, Henry Field, a successful Chicago businessman and cousin of department store magnate Marshall Field. Her donation helped shape the museum's identity and gave Chicago two of its most beloved symbols, statues that have watched the city grow for over 130 years. Step inside, and the Art Institute offers over 300,000 works of art. From European masters like Monet and Van Gogh to American icons like Hopper and O'Keeffe. The museum is a world-class experience. It's home to one of the largest collections of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist art outside of Paris. One of the most enchanting and often overlooked collections inside the Art Institute is the Thorne Miniature Rooms. These are not toy dollhouses. They're museum-level recreations of historic interiors so detailed and precise that they feel like you could step inside them. The Thorne Rooms are 68 miniature rooms, each built at a 1:12 scale. They recreate the interiors of European homes, American homes from the 1600s through the 1930s, and a few Asian-inspired designs. Each room is essentially a tiny time capsule that shows how people lived, furnished their homes, and decorated across centuries. They were designed by Mrs. James Ward Thorne, a wealthy Chicagoan with a passion for architecture, interior design, and antiques. She began collecting miniature furniture while traveling in Europe and eventually worked with master craftsmen to bring her vision to life during the 1930s. Her goal was to create historically accurate rooms down to the textiles, molding, hinge plates, window latches, and the way the light falls in each space. Look at the level of detail. It's astonishing. Real wood floors, hand-woven miniature rugs, tiny silver candlesticks. Each room matches the exact architectural style of its era. Federal, French Renaissance, Colonial, Spanish Revival, and more. And natural light comes from the hidden bulbs and angled reflections, giving each room a sense of life. They're located on the lower level in a quiet hallway. Most visitors stumble on them by accident, but once you see them, you can't walk away. If you love stories like this, I share even more Chicago history and surprisingly architectural details in my book, Chicago, Beyond the Bean, including places most people walk right by without knowing their significance. So next time you visit the Art Institute, pause for a moment before heading inside. Snap a photo with the lions. Try mirroring their poses. Watch the seasonal decorations if it's winter, and explore Grant Park behind the museum. These lions have watched over Chicago for more than 130 years, through world fairs, blizzards, parades, and millions of visitors. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along for more Chicago stories every week.